Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Tea with the Duchess with me, your fabulous hostess, the Duchess. And today with me, I've got this awesome young gentleman who obviously everyone knows as African Michael Jackson. I'm sure you haven't watched his videos or see him perform, you know exactly what I'm talking about and you know who I'm talking about, but still I have to introduce him. So welcome Valentine to Tea with the Duchess.
Yeah, Tea with the Duchess, man. Thank you for having me here, man. Privileged to be here.
We've been trying to arrange this interview like forever.
I know, and I'm finally here. I'm very, very happy to be here, man. Honestly. I had to find the time to come here.
Wow. I know you're an artist, obviously, and you're also a dancer because I know most of your videos you choreograph them and your dance steps and everything. So how did you find out that you had this talent in you?
Do you know what it is? It's self-motivation and self-belief, to be honest with you. When I was growing up, when God has given you a talent, no one can take that away from you, and you would know it once you are growing up because you have family around you, telling you things, saying that wow, you're a good dancer, and next minute you get like that little self-belief, you thinking that you are a good dancer and you are a good singer. So it always starts from family environment, around you. My mother always used to tell me this little story all the time about me being young. And she used to take me to back in Africa, in the traditional parties. I was only 3 years old, 4, and she took me to these African parties. And once I heard the music, I always used to run in the middle and start dancing. I mean, literally the way that they explained it was I had so much energy. And because of the energy, I was just dancing everywhere, and people just got they saw me and they couldn't help. And as a tradition, they will come to you, start giving you money all the time, And at that time as well, I wasn't really privileged. It wasn't at an environment whereby it was comfortable to get food from any sources. You know what I mean? Dad was struggling, mum was struggling. So any form of money that we did have from parties with me dancing, we always used to use that all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really amazing. I always get inspired when my mum and my dad tell me that story all the time. Yeah.
Wow. It's really, really important when, whatever you're doing, you get support. Because I've had people come around and oh, my family didn't want me to do this, my family didn't want me to do that. But obviously now they've seen me do what I'm doing, they're now a lot more supportive. So
yeah. But with me, my family background, there is a history that people don't know. You know what I mean? My mum and my dad were going through a lot of issues. They ended up actually going through a divorce. And when I did come to this country, I was 9 years old. And I still had that burning energy of dance and wanting to sing. And I remember when my dad was always supporting me, but he always told me just make sure that school is also a priority, which has always been an influence in me now. You know what I mean? I'm a graduate, so I'm happy with that. And so I was always even in school, I'm telling you, because a lot of people don't know, when I was 9, I was going to dance classes, step dance. Is it country dance where you're I really can't put it in words.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, the cowboy thing.
Yeah, the cowboy. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I was the only guy, and there were about up to 10 girls. I can never forget this story, honestly. They came to a day whereby we had to perform. And I had so much high energy, so you had to control your energy in dancing. And with me, because I had so much high energy, I was just really, really tapping. Everyone looked at me, even though they were laughing, they were clapping at the same time as well.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They'll be oh, bless.
Yeah, oh, bless, exactly. And my dad was saying that all the time, and my dad one day asked me to, when I was 11 years old, whether if I was ready to perform in a big stage, and that was in Stratford Town Centre, and I was 11 years old. I was doing a charity-based event, and at audition, they really, really liked me, and they were like, you're only 11 years old. Are you sure you're ready? This means yes. I was very excited. Yes, I'm ready. Let's go. And on the day, I done a little Michael Jackson piece. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. I done that piece, and man, that day I would always remember that day. I danced and I was singing. Then I tore my shirt.
Oh my god!
For real. It was absolutely. I done a backflip, honestly, and apparently I raised the most money on the day as well. and I was featured in the Newham Gazette at 11 years old, you know, and after that, they wanted me to actually perform in the Millennium Dome, what we know as O2 now. Yeah. So they had another event there, but at the time, my mum and dad, they separated, so that kind of like really held me back a bit,
for a little bit,
you know, because they were going through their situation, and I had to understand, and you know, as a young person, just sit back and let them do their thing. And but that has dragged on into me being at this age now. But I'm still grateful because, you know, I've matured, you know, and I know what I'm doing in my environment. My mom wasn't always supportive. She was always saying, go to school. But me and her was always fighting, you know what I mean? Me and my mom, we always had that fight. Like, even when she was telling me, no, don't go to the studio, I would always sneak out to go to the studio. You know, no, I don't want you to dance. I was always going to dance anyways, regardless. We always had that fight, but I always listened to her to go to school. And, you know, I'm fixed. You know, I've matured, I've grown, and once she did see me the first time on the BAFTA Awards, she respected me.
I know.
I
know. That, you know, it's really nice when you see your child like that on the stage doing something great. Obviously, regardless of whatever, the pride will still be there. Obviously, I know you are an unsigned artist, and you know you've been doing this on your own. So how has it been for you being an unsigned artist in this? Obviously, you know it's a very hostile.
It's a very hostile environment. Absolutely. You know what it is? I mean, with anyone that's unsigned coming out in the industry, it's very, very difficult. You know, I remember when I was the first video that I ever did was when I was 19, I believe. I was 19. No, my first song I ever wrote was 17, and I shot the video when I was 19. You know, I didn't really have any experience what kind of studios to go to, what kind of producers to go to. I had a good singing range, but you know, the producers, it's important that you work with the right producers for them to enhance the right kind of vocals and product out from you. And you know, the song was okay, the story base behind it was alright, and we shot a video for it. It was okay, you know what I mean? My first thing that I ever done was okay. Independently, it was okay. In my world, I thought it was brilliant because I accomplished it all myself solely. But when people do view it, it's a different factor, because as an unsigned artist, once you do bring anything out, they'll always want to compare you with the big dogs.
True.
You know what I mean? So when people don't actually take, you know, into the fact that, you know, so that sometimes you're doing things yourself, and financially is very difficult as well, so you can only do things what you can out of your pocket. Whereby people who are big in the label, they are equipped to make everything perfect.
True.
You know, so I had a lot of criticism. A lot of people were telling me that, you know, I couldn't sing, that I couldn't dance. You know, I had a lot of messages, people telling me that I should stop doing what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah. You know, on Facebook, I had people calling me, you know, telling me that, you know, what am I doing? You're embarrassing yourself. So, you know, I went through some certain stages of, you know, depression. You know, I won't lie to you, because I was quite young as well, and I was really, really hungry to get out there. And people never understood that, you know, as an artist as well, you do have your own personal problems. You know what I mean? But you know, what got me through everything was God, man. You know, my Almighty Jesus Christ, and He's always, you know, gave me that motivation. I'm not perfect, you know, I'm not a perfect person, you know. I mean, I can only be who I am and tell you my story and what I've been through. Hence, coming in Duchess, I have, you know, ways of just expressing myself so people would know, because a lot of people don't actually know.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I went through a lot of depression modes, you know, because I was so hungry to get out there. I knew I had a talent. I knew I could get out there, but having to work with the right kind of people around you was important, to train you, to tell you, you know, you're going this pitch wrong. I think you should sing it in this kind of melody. This beat will be better. I never had that. I just had a beat. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, but being there on the road that I went through, I became strong.
True.
So, me now, if someone was to come to me and tell me something, I just be quiet, because I've gone through that road and I know exactly what I'm doing and where I want to go to. So I don't let no one come and and put me down in any way that they want to, because they don't know my story. I'm behind the scenes and the tears that I've gone through.
True.
So I just keep it strong, you know what I mean? And let God be my power through everything.
Yeah, because I've known you for a while.
Yes.
You see, you're laughing. You know why you're laughing. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell that story though. But
That's what
I'm not gonna tell that story. But it was a very funny one. It was a very funny one. But I must say,
just let the public know.
No. Let's leave it. No, but let's say you've come a long way.
I've come
exactly. You've come a long way from that time.
The journey as well.
That's the thing. I have actually seen the journey, and I've seen you from
the time where you saw me was the time whereby I was just getting into the music. You know what I mean? Working with Nelson Spike.
Yeah.
You know, I was just getting into music. And when I saw you, you know, everything was just like, when I saw the big studio and everything was just all new to me.
Yeah.
And I've never been in that kind of environment before, you know. But luckily when I was there, she gave me an advice, you know what I mean, which I took in. And I never really had anyone around me to give me advice. So when Nina gave me an advice on what to do, I just listened straight away and I done it, and it was a good outcome from it. You know what I mean? And if I didn't listen to her advice, trust me, I think people would have been laughing now. Oh man, that's crazy, man.
I know nobody will understand why we're laughing so much, but we praise God.
We definitely praise God for that. Amen.
So, and now having seen you, because I was there at BAFTA, and you won the BAFTA best upcoming
the best male act.
Best male act.
Yeah.
I was like, wow! It was as if like I'm seeing my child. You understand? I was so proud of you. So I'm like, how did that feel to you?
Man, do you know what? It was the funny thing is, because quite a lot of people, they never knew who I was, but I had a lot of fans there that knew who I was, and like it was one of the most greatest feelings, you know. And to have my mum being there to see everything, my mum and dad, being there to see me on that level, for them to see how hard I've worked. It was truly a feeling that I can never forget, man. And I definitely thank Pauline Long for what she's been doing so far in helping me out. But that, the BAFTAs definitely gave me like a platform for people to know who I am and just to grow from there. But the amount of people that were screaming, a lot of people were quite shocked as well. When I heard that I've won, I heard a lot of screaming and shouting from the female side,
Honestly, do you know what? I remember one time, you had to perform at one of my events. Do you know what? Till tomorrow, people are still asking about you, because there's a particular like dance move that you did, and they're like, "Oh my God, how was he even able to get himself into that shape?"
Oh wow, amazing. Yeah.
But what we'll probably put like a little clip of you doing your thing at the end of this show, so people can see what we're talking about. Yeah, because it's not enough we're talking about it. It's good for them to actually see for themselves.
Exactly.
So what have you got planned? What are you doing at the moment?
I've just done my album, which is that I released it just late last year, which I'm still promoting. I released one of my major singles from there called Entertain You, Let Me Entertain You, which was a hit, and it gave me like another platform for people to see. The video aspect of things was great. I had over 1 million views. I promoted it well, all independently. Wow.
You must be an expert now on promotion.
Yeah. Well, you can call me a promoter. You can recruit me as a promoter. I don't mind. But yes, I mean, it took. It was literally days in and days out. I mean, I'm talking about all night promotion. Promoting towards America, promoting it to artists, promoting it towards TV, going on Facebook, going on Twitter, constantly on YouTube, posting the videos out. And I've done this for days in, days out, without no sleep, you know, and then I kept on contacting people, word of mouth, check this video out, continuously. I went to schools, you know, I went to a few schools in Essex, a few in East London. I was going down Stratford. I went to North London. I went down south in Southwest. I went to West London. I even went to Central London, giving out the leaflets for people to know. I put out the posters. So there was a lot of grind, and I'd done it all by myself. You know, so there were times that I'll wake up like 1 a.m. in the morning, go out, put out the leaflets, put out the big leaflets out, painted it out. You know, it was a lot of struggle. You know, at the time I was like in a relationship as well, and you know, sometimes
I know you're not
lady,
giving attention.
Yeah, and because I wasn't, I wasn't really giving attention to the lady. You know, it was very difficult on her side, so I had to take things out. But I was really more committed to succeeding in what I love doing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't know the struggle behind it. So I just want to make, because I know in myself that I want to become something big and influential to people. So, you know, Entertain You was definitely one of the big singles that I brought out. I'm currently now at the moment working towards my next single, which is called Give It To Me. It's a really dance-based video. And I want to big up the producer called Raw Production, who created this lovely beat, which I've sang over. And I want people to recognize my dance aspect of things on this video, to recognize how much of a dancer that I am, and how much I can compete with the big dogs like the Chris Brown, the Ushers, the Omarions, you know, the Neos and everything. So those are my inspiration that I want to also compete with, that I also look up to. You know what I mean? So so at the moment working on that Entertain You track, Give It To Me track, and just getting myself more out there. So hopefully one day I'll get signed to a label, man, and make Africa proud.
I know you might just be the one that wouldn't need a record label to hit it big.
If that was to happen, that would be a big accomplishment. That would definitely be a big accomplishment. But there's a lot of hidden facts as an unsigned artist, and it's very difficult because normally labels, or if you have the right contact as an unsigned artist, they're great. But labels, they do obviously give you that little bit of an advantage because they do have that straight contact that they can straight away give you. But if you're grinding yourself, it is difficult, but you can still get there. You know what I mean? And I prefer the grind because it still keeps me humble. Once you get things easily, you won't really appreciate it. Hence, that's why in my position, I appreciate everything. When people say that you perform so well but yet you're so humble, it's because I appreciate what you're saying to me, because every compliment that you give me means so much to me. You know what I mean? And I'm still humble to be like, thank you so much. Just still keeping support of me. You know what I mean? And just still let me do my thing.
True. The way you are now, you've gone through it all. You should actually set up like maybe a consultancy company for all up and coming artists. And obviously any up and coming artist watching this will be like, how do I start? I'm so disheartened. What advice would you give them? Like watching you now.
I mean, I think definitely. I mean, I do still have people that contact me sometimes through my Facebook and Twitter, asking me questions in how I can help them, what advice to give. And advice, words speak tongue of life. Words speak life. So once you say something, they can take it on board and reach it onto their level and whatever they want to do. But with any like upcoming artists in whatever they want to do in their career, the first thing that you need to have is motivation, man. Motivation, that's priceless. They don't pay you for that. That's just you being motivated. Waking up every day saying that I can do it. Obviously, you would have that certain days whereby you don't really feel it, but not every day will be like that. If 80% of your time is saying that yes, you're motivated to do things, more than likely you're gonna get to your destination. And I always say to upcoming artists that you don't get it easily. You have to do your research. You need to get yourself out there. Go to the open mics. Go to the internet, Google what gigs are about to train yourself. You know what I mean? Train yourself out there. And I definitely think that, just be very humble and know that music is a unity. You know, if you represent music, know that you're trying to unite people together, and you are the point that if you're going to be the point of the person that's uniting people together, you need to be humble.
True.
Because you're going to be representing that music. You know.
Wow. So unfortunately, we've come to the end of this interview, but people obviously would like to connect with you on Twitter, on Facebook, on your website. Could you give us some details about you?
Yes, definitely. I'm very easy to find. You can Google me, Valentine Artist. You can find me on Twitter at Valentine Artist. You can find me on Facebook, Valentine Artist as well. If you want to see all my videos, what I'm about, just literally go to YouTube, Valentine 919. You can also book me if you want to get in contact with me through my website, www.valentineartist.co.uk.
Right. Thank you so much for taking time out, because I know you're actually rushing off somewhere now.
I got a gig in Birmingham. I really need to rush to get there. Yes, but Duchess, thank you so much for bringing me here. Lovely tea, by the way.
And you have to have a taste of the cake.
I need to have a taste of this cake. I can't go for having a taste of it. Look at this thing.
It's all for you. You can have the whole.
Thank you so much.
On your way.
When I'm driving, I'll be taking some with me.
Definitely.
Thank you for having me, man. If you need me for anything, I'm always here.
Yeah, you see, you've actually said that on tape, so
no.
Everyone, okay. Evidence.
Valentine is here because she's like a mother to me, because we've gone so. How long has it been? It's been more than 5 years.
I think it's about 5 years.
Yes. Yeah. I remember how old was I? I was 20, I believe. Yeah. It's been 6 years.
Oh my God.
It's been 6 years.
Wow. 6 years. I was even thinking 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's been 6 years, exactly.
Wow.
Honestly.
Yeah. I must commend you. You've done well. You've done well. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to that. That was Valentine Artist. So keep checking this young man out. I know he's got so much to give everybody, and he's got a long way to go. So, whatever you're doing, keep watching us. You know how to check us out on www.duchesstv.com, and also pictures of today. He's a very good looking guy. You're going to see some nice pictures of him. So go to www.vinewood.com, and whatever you're doing, stay blessed. Thank you very much. Bye.